With the main game now finished, all I was missing was the random side quest the game had for me, and the brand new Woolhaven DLC. I wanted to try and complete everything possible in terms of achievements on the mainland before moving on to Woolhaven. That meant getting all the tarot cards, fleeces, follower skins, outfits, lore, 12 disciples, and the random side quests that were left. So, less yapping, more doing. One of the easier achievements to get was collecting all the tarot cards, and I was only missing a couple, majority of which were from Meep, meaning I needed quite a lot of god tiers. So I went on a purgatory run, and with those god tiers I got one of the tarot cards and a necklace. With some of the mushrooms I had planted, I brought Sozo back from the dead, who's going to be important for an achievement. I hopped in for another purgatory run to get god tiers, with which I got a flag. After which I went on an actual crusade where I ran into Helob, who gave me a tarot card, meaning the only ones I had left were from me. On that same run I found another ancient tablet before eventually running into Midas. This time I got my money back and a shakedown achievement. The boss at the end also gave me an Eye of the Witness, which I gave to Plimbo for a holy talisman piece. I only needed 2 more of these eyes and I could unlock the final fleece. After that I started the purgatory run, with which I got not 1, not 2, but 3 tarot cards, meaning I only needed 1 more from Meep for the full collection. Back in the slaughterhouse, Sozo gave me a quest to do in Anura, so off I went, where I rescued his mushroom friend. I had another god tier the next day, which got me a commandment stone, but when I got back, Sozo literally ate the mushroom. What the hell, dude? At this point, I've managed to beat every boss without taking damage for the achievements, except for Kalamar. So now I was determined to just run crusades until I beat him. I was using this fleece, which makes it so that I do 10 times more damage, but can only ever have half a heart, which should make it a lot easier. Or not. So I tried again the next day and I died before even seeing Kalmar. Attempt 3, still no luck, so obviously I tried again the next day, but I still couldn't crack it. However, that day I unlocked the discipleship ritual, meaning I can make a level 10 follower into a disciple, and I needed 12 of those for an achievement. I had another god tier, which luckily got me the last tarot card I needed for the full deck achievement. After that I tried to fight Kalamar again, but I don't even want to talk about it. Of course I tried again the next day, where this happened. Let's go! I finally managed to beat Kalamar without taking any damage, unlocking the Cure achievement. Back home, Hackett tasked me to find his throat in Anura, and I got another disciple. The next day, Sozo gave me another quest, but I declined, meaning I had to put him in prison, but bear with me here, it'll make sense. Anyways, I went to Anura where I got Hackett's throat, and when I got back, I re-educated Sozo, turning him into Dr. Sazonius, unlocking the Regenerate achievement. After that, I went on a crusade to Silk Cradle, because Shamra tasked me to find their skull, and back in the slaughterhouse, I got another disciple, and I traded a god tier for another commandment stone. After that, I took Kalamar to his temple for a relic, but when I got back, Sozo just fucking died. It's just drama with him, I swear. With that, I went on a crusade for some bones, but I found the ripped note, which I needed for the lore achievement. I then made my way back and finally unlocked the final upgrade to the temple, granting me the aesthetics of the Lamb achievement. Next day, I also got another disciple before going on a crusade in Anura, where I brought Hecate to their temple for this relic. Back home, I got yet another disciple, and then made my way to Anura again, where I defeated the witness to get their eye. With that, I again got another disciple and gave Plimbo the Eye of the Witness for a holy talisman piece, meaning I only needed 1 more. So I was in no time making my way to Anchor Deep, where I defeated the witness and got the last eye. I went back to the slaughterhouse and got another disciple, after which I gave Plimbo the eye for the last holy talisman piece before going back and unlocking the final fleece for the transmute achievement. All I had left now was the relics, the rest of the disciples, a handful of follower skins, the lore and outfits. I got my work cut out. Next day, I made my way to Silk Cradle, where I brought Shamra back to the temple for this relic. When I got back, I got another disciple, and by this point in the game, I wanted to start grinding some of the outfits because I barely had any. There's 2 types of outfits, normal ones you get from the shop, and a couple special ones from certain actions, like making 30 drinks at the pub. The way you get the lore bits I needed is by running a crusade and getting lucky with a secret room, which contains ancient tablets. I had 2 already, so I needed 8 more, and so the grind began. You get the chef outfit by cracking 3 of the eggs you get from the mating tent, so I had my followers reproduce and keep producing eggs until I got it. You get the jester outfit by crafting 30 outfits, so I did that for a while, but after that I had some more god tiers to trade, where I got a follower form before going on a crusade where I didn't find any lore, but I did get an outfit. Back home I did a pit fight ritual, as if you do 3 of them you get another outfit, after which I got another disciple. I went on a crusade the next day where I found an ancient tablet and a bow and outfit. It's about as successful as it can get. I got another disciple back home, then ran another crusade where I yet again found an ancient tablet. Next day was same old, running another crusade where I got an ancient tablet, then back home got another disciple. Jesus dude, how many more did I need? Anyways, I got another tablet next run, meaning I only needed 3 more, which went a lot quicker than I thought. Anywho, I also bought a new outfit, and when I got back I did another fight pit ritual to get the warrior outfit. Back on the crusade straight after, where I got another outfit, and when I got back, the one who always gave me this relic for completing all the gods quests, meaning I now had all the relics for the relics of the old faith achievement. Was slowly getting there. Next day I went on another crusade crusade where I got yet another piece of lore and one more outfit, meaning I was really close to finishing these achievements. Back home, I finally got the 12th disciple from that ritual, granting me the apostles achievement. God, this was a grind. On the bright side though, I got another piece of lore and an outfit on a crusade. Next day I made my way to another crusade where I finally got the final piece of lore for the holder of history achievement. On that run I also got another outfit, meaning we were so nearly there. All that was left was another outfit from the caterpillar, making the 30 drinks to the bar from the bards in the outfit, and the last 2 follower forms, which very annoyingly you can only get from me with gold tiers, purely on luck with that spin. So the only thing I can really do is grind gold tiers. The problem here is that the loot pool for the follower forms isn't just those 2, it's all of these extra ones as well, which were previous Twitch drops that you don't need for the achievement. So not only do I have to get lucky enough for the spin to land on the follower form, but also get lucky enough to get the 2 that I needed out of like 20. Yeah. But just before that grind, I went and got the last outfit from the caterpillar. When I got back, I finally finished making all the drinks for the bartender outfit as well, unlocking the Setter of Trends achievement. So all I did for the next couple of real life days was grind for gold tiers, because that's all there was left to do. And let me tell you, I spun that wheel so many damn times, but the odds were just not in my favor. Not only do you have like a 25% chance of getting a follower form, but getting the 2 I needed made the chances even smaller. At this point I was getting sick and tired of this, so I thought fuck it, I went and made some smart financial decisions before finally buying Woolhaven. This now brings winter to the slaughterhouse, along with a ton of new bosses, things to do and collect, so strap in because it does get wild. When you get the DLC, you can expand the farm, which is where I ended up putting everything from the DLC. It also unlocks the Woolhaven area, which has a lot of work to be put into it. But before I can do anything, I went to the Crusade to Youthful, where I can now get a mace, which is pretty cool. But you know what's even cooler? This DLC has fucking cutscenes, like, hello? Anyways, the main idea of the DLC is to call these lost souls home, which will make sense soon, but in the meanwhile I found out you can make snow lambs. Anyways, the lost souls you can return to Inya to bring winter to the slaughterhouse. Woolhaven introduces rock burn as well, which is going to be really important soon. But after that crusade, I was able to unlock the rock burn furnace, which will be crucial for warming up the cult during winter. The DLC also unlocked a couple more upgrades for crusades like relics and curses, which is a lot more content than I thought. Because of the winter, I now needed to fuel the furnace with rock burn to keep my followers from freezing. The next day I was able to resurrect the rancher Barak, and then I went on a crusade where I ran into Marcosius, who stole basically all the food I had, meaning my cult was down to rations. Oh, and crops don't grow in the winter, of course. During this, I was still doing my purgatory runs to get the follower forms, where finally this happened. Please, 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 please. Let's go! Let's go! One more! I need one more! And then by some miracle, the next day this happened. For the fuck's sake. Please, 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 please. Oh my god, let's go! Let's go! I got the last follower form I needed for the full flock achievement. Thank the Lord. With this, that also meant I unlocked everything in the main game, which got me the Godhood achievement. Back home, I built my first ranch where you can now have animals, which is a little weird if you think about it, but they give you a wool, which is a really important resource for basically everything in this DLC. After that, I made my way on a crusade where I found Midas, who's definitely seen better days, but back in Woolhaven I discovered the Spirit's quests. Each one will have something different, and for the rancher, for example, I'll need to bring him a high level version of each animal he sells. So I brought him a goat, which unlocked llamas. After that, I finally returned enough lost souls to upgrade my furnace, which made it so that blizzards can now occur. The next day, I brought the rancher a llama, which unlocked cows for my ranch. And a couple days later, I was able to resurrect Midas with his skull, after which I brought the rancher a cow, unlocking turtles for my ranch. I also found the wool to resurrect the shrew and chard, which annoyingly made it so that wolves can attack my ranch animals. In Woolhaven, I built the Scholar's House, which unlocks this unnecessarily complicated rock paper scissors game, so just like anyone with a hyperfixation, I spent the next hour beating nearly every spirit to get all the pieces for an achievement. The Scholar gives you quests to bet ball against every single spirit, so I beat them all again again to complete those quests. The next day, I brought the rancher a turtle, which unlocked the crab for my ranch, after which I went on a crusade where I ran into the executioner, and defeating them granted the swing of the axe achievement. After that, I decided to spare them, because no matter one's past, all can slave away in the slaughterhouse. And once I got back, Midas grew up and became a little shit straight away, after which I made some clothing for my followers to keep them warm in the winter. Back in Woolhaven, I built the Stargazer's place, who sells tarot cards for an extortionate amount of wool. And the next night, the fucking wolves attacked my ranch, but no worries. There was no casualties. After that, I brought the rancher a crab, which unlocked snails for my ranch. After a crusade the next day, I was also able to resurrect the harbinger, which made winter even more difficult by making it so that some buildings can be snowed in. But I resurrected the warrior as well, after which I built a trap with some gold in hopes of catching Midas, because the little shit kept stealing my gold. The Stargazer's quests are about finding her children who are hiding in various places. So I first found them hiding in this well, and I got distracted basically straight away, because I brought a snail to the rancher to unlock the spider, meaning I completed all of his quests. Then I found the children hiding in my temple, and the next day I built the Child's Forge, where I'll be able to craft legendary weapons for an achievement later. I only needed to play Sariel in the rock paper scissors game to get the last pieces I needed, and after losing pretty shamefully, I got the final piece I needed for the complete collection achievement. The next day, the trap I laid out caught Midas, which allowed me to indoctrinate him again, granting the Eat the Rich achievement. Little shit. Back in Woolhaven, I gave the warrior 100 wool, and in return, I got a relic, which doesn't even help me with anything, so that was an absolute waste. But after that, I went to the crusade where I found the legendary weapon fragment, and back home, I found the kids hiding in Pilgrim's Passage. In Woolhaven, I returned some lost souls to Ignia, which brought the max level winter, where lightning can now strike during blizzards. With the fragment I found, Rami made the legendary hammer, which is my first legendary weapon. After that, I found the kids hiding again in Spore Grotto and once more in Smuggler's Sanctuary. The next day, the execution gave me another fragment, which forges the axe, after which I built Chizak's shop. I then found the kids' final hiding spot in Midas's cave, finishing up the Stargazer's quests. I also found the Wool of the Pretender and the Wool of the Innocent, meaning I now had all the spirits in Woolhaven. I also found the fragment for the legendary sword during a crusade. After a couple of crusades, it was now time to fight Marcosius, the prick who stole my food. In the temple, I picked up a legendary weapon fragment before taking on this abomination of a creature, but the first time didn't go very well. That fragment I got created the legendary gauntlets, which I used against Marcosius to do this. Let's go! That was easier than I thought. Finally, defeating Marcosius granted me the Killer Instinct achievement and unlocked the final room, which is the fight against Ignia, although I may have underestimated her a little bit. So, back in Woolhaven, I rebuilt Sariel's shop. I then discovered the Hollow Knight Easter egg. Is it gonna bring back the Hollow Knight spirit? Oh? Cute! It's the shawl. It's got flowers on it. Oh, look, it's the shawl. That's so cute. Hollow Knight holds a dear place in my heart, so that was actually really cute. Anyways, the next day I went to fight Ignia again just to get my cheeks clamped again. So, I changed strategy. This is an achievement where you have to defeat Ignia without attacking her. She takes tiny amounts of damage every time she launches her minions, so all you have to do is just survive. With that strategy, this happened. No! No, so close, no. But if you've been watching my videos, you know I'm very persistent. So I tried again where this happened. I did it! Let's go! There's 2 achievements in one. And so that was a lot easier than I thought, and doing so unlocked 2 achievements in one. Rot No More for defeating Ignia, and the Respect Thy Mother achievement for defeating her without attacking. This meant I literally had 3 achievements left. The easiest one to knock out was to talk to this demon in the lake and give him a rotten follower in exchange for Rotau's cloak and the Prodigal Child achievement. The last 2 achievements required me to complete everything in Woolhaven and restore all the legendary weapons. Light work. For that, I needed to leave some wool offerings for some spirits like the Stargazer, the Chart, and a couple more. For the legendary dagger, you have to go on a crusade in the rot to meet Chabdis, who gives you a letter which you take to Scylla in Euphor, who tasks you to grab a fishing rod from the fisherman, and when you return to Scylla with the rod, she gives you a fragment. God, that was a mouthful. Back at the slaughterhouse, Ignia asked me to fill all the flower pots in Woolhaven with flowers, which luckily I already did, meaning I technically completed everything in Woolhaven for the Woolhaven Reborn achievement. The final achievement was these damn legendary weapons. So, back in Rami's place, I forged the dagger, and the next day winter came back, meaning I could fish in the icy lake for another fragment, which makes the legendary shotgun, meaning I only needed one more weapon to finish the game. You get this fragment by completing all the spirits quests. I finished the Rancher, Stargazer, Scholar and Chart quests, meaning I only had the Resolute quests, which required quite a hefty amount of wool offerings. So I spent a few days just gathering wool. On day 196 I left the offerings for the Shrewd, and the day after I left the offering for the Resolute. And then I realized that there's actually one more quest board for the Shrewd, which basically just requires building a bunch of decorations. So after a while of building some random ass decorations, I got the last fragment, but I just needed a tiny bit more wool to actually forge it. But finally, on day 200, I finally forged the last legendary weapon, the mace, for the Maker of Legends achievement. And that's it. Every single achievement is under my belt, and we got this team badge. The DLC was ridiculously good, and I would highly recommend people to play this game. It might have been a bit grindy at times, but everything about it was so well made. Anyways, if you enjoyed this video, a like, subscribe or sharing it with a friend would mean a lot more than you can imagine. If you want to see more of this style of video, check out the rest of my channel for other games I've 100%ed, or if you have a game you really love, drop it in the comments and I might check it out in the future. Peace!